back to another Black Lightning review, Amped Up. Tonight's episode, we in a new chapter. We have a new title card with finally Jen on the front of it.
They put her on all the cover cards, ain't they?
Man, it's weird.
The first one and the second one. Now she on this one.
It's the first time she's ever shown up on there.
I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
like it.
She was on the last one.
Send us Jen. But today's episode is Exodus. Got to make that exit, y'all. All right, so it's cool that you're trying to make an exit, but it'd be also cool if you had a plan, which we found out that these kids did not have a plan.
Of course.
All right.
Children and they're stupid.
Children, yeah. Children do dumb things.
They just want to try to California with nobody.
They never said where they were going.
You know, one of them was 50, so.
So tonight is the Rescue Jen arc. We opened up the episode. Khalil's like, you know, we got to go get some money, grab some cash. Let me go hem up Tobias' people a day early, you know, because I'm a trustworthy guy. They'll give me their money. Yeah, that didn't go over too well.
Yeah. Don't you have to be a badass to pull something off like that?
No, here's the part that kills me. He's a meta-human.
He walks through the door and they clown him.
But I mean, that's like saying I would clown.
No, that's not the point.
That jean jacket.
No.
So here's my thing. You say meta-human, but my thing is like, is he?
He got some extra parts in him. That's all. But you know, he walked in, he got the money, but he didn't get it easily. Like he didn't knock anybody out because they just still had a shootout at the end of the day.
My thing, what was the plan? Walk in, grab the bag, what's up, homie, and then walk back out to the car.
Yeah, that was the plan.
That was the guy that like he has the thinking of a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
It's like his body grew up, but his brain never did. Boy, you better be glad you could run because outside of that, you weren't getting out of high school.
It was not.
So after that, Jen pretty much had to save him with the solar flare.
Like she always does.
Like she always saves Khalil. And he has the nerve, I'm gonna skip forward just a little bit because, you know, padding. He got the nerve to go Super Saiyan light skin.
Nah, this man
try to Chris Brown her.
This man went caramel toffee on her. This man went lightly sea salt caramel on her. The fact that he had relapsed, like he experienced some shit in the past, like that Tobias ass whooping called over. He was like, why don't we call my family?
Which I need to ask, where was that energy when he fought Tobias?
Oh, it was on the ground as he was getting stomped out. So to unpack this, Jen's like, let me call my parents, you know, let them know that I'm safe so they don't call the cops on us. And he's like, no, don't you do it. I'm not going back. He ain't gonna touch me no more. I was like, he looked like a victim.
He had that you know, that look that Kanye West had when he go off in them rants that I'm not all the way there look. That's that look he had on. But you know,
like those people who see aliens. Like,
and Jen should have got out of the car and been like, I'm good. He kind of had a point to not call her parents. I mean, especially if they supposed to be on the run.
If she could have told her parents, hey, I'm safe, I'm not kidnapped, that would at least got the police out of the equation.
Yeah. But that never works. You know that never works. All calling your parents do is give them hope that you're alive and have them want to call the police faster. That's all that does. It's like they never watched the movie.
At the end of the day, they weren't mature enough to talk it out and have a plan.
And that's what this ever showed me. Like, these are really just children.
Yeah.
Like, every plan that they had was so underdeveloped. There was no thought behind it. Like, Khalil was just reacting, and Jennifer was just trying to make the best out of a shitty situation.
That's how kids are.
But they were just kids in the pure sense of the word. Even when it came down to
they could handle it, they wouldn't have been trying to call her parents. She wouldn't have thought that.
Well,
she's a grown, strong black woman.
But even to the end, when they get saved by Black Lightning and Thunder, and they just run off into the woods, I'm like, you're running away from safety.
Exactly. And now they have no car. And Khalil is weak.
So yeah, let's just to finish up with Jennifer, and I guess he's Nelly again. Since he's de-evolved, and that's how Digi-evolution works.
Thought he was a Pokemon, but he's not.
Turned out he was a Digimon. So moving towards the end, Jennifer and Khalil, they're getting away, and they realize that the tracker's in his head. Two options here: the blade, or fire hands, or electricity hands. What would you choose? How's this going down?
So either Jen was going to cut the tracker out of his head with a knife, or she was going to short circuit the transmitter with her uncontrollable powers. I'll take the goddamn knife, please. Just carve me up like a turkey, because you ain't about to put 1 million bolts of electricity into my brain still.
But I don't care. How you gonna stop the bleeding?
I don't give a damn.
You know what?
You gotta get grandma and spit on it.
You know what? Either or, he deserved it. This is what irked me about that. How you got a knot on your head that you never realize? Like you don't like. What I'm about to say, heavy phrasing. You don't touch yourself enough. Not in that way.
No, he puts his hair in different hairstyles, so he had to know that it was.
Yeah, exactly.
But I originally thought that the tracker might have been in his spine.
Exactly.
That would have made more sense. But oh well.
Tobias didn't care. Like, put this thing in this banana peel and bring it.
Let's hop over to light skin number 3.
Oh my God. Henderson. Just let it
Was it me or was he not trying at all?
No.
He didn't give a not man. Like all his lines was like, I want to help y'all, but we got this green light.
Like the level,
like, show some urgency.
the level of hurt in his butt was preparation H level. Like he was sitting there the whole time. I'm still mad you ain't told me.
Yeah, it's almost like you could see the words on his lips. He wanted to be like, why don't you use your black lightning power? He wanted to do that, but they was in front of company, so he couldn't do that. So he gave her this. So he basically said the long about way of, I'll help you, I won't help you.
Nah, my favorite part was, what, Jennifer's like my niece. You know what that means? She ain't my daughter.
So yeah, Henderson made a small appearance as usual again. Hopefully they give him something to do before the end of the season. But let's go to light skin number 2.
Who's that?
Head light skin in charge.
Tobias.
Oh, Milky. Milky.
Milky John.
Let's build this up. So every time Tobias is on screen, I won't say every time, but most of the time Tobias is on screen, we learn something new about this dude that we just want to see where this is going.
We didn't know he was this creepy.
Every time Tobias is on screen, to me, it's like a punch in the face because he really want to bust the N word out again. But I think PW was like, you can only use it like one time.
It's like watching Clayton Bigsby in action. I know what you're saying and it hurts, but one of the cringe factors came when Tobias was sitting there talking to himself.
Oh.
And he's sitting there talking to the photo of his dead sister.
Yeah.
And it's a nice, beautiful painting, but in the painting, her titties is out. And I'm like, why would you commission Why is he putting all his money on Khalil? Like, I don't get that. As smart as he is and as technical as he is about certain aspects, why is he hinging his bets on Khalil?
Well, no.
Well, now he's trying to tie up a loose end. So that's where we are now. I guess he thought that he can control Khalil to be his.
He said he wanted him alive.
Well,
he probably put so much investment in, like, that was like a personal project of his.
But even he said
not working out.
He said he knew he weak.
Yeah.
My favorite part.
But here's the thing though, like if you work so hard on something and you know it's kind of trash, you like keep trying.
No, I burn it.
But you spent all this money and time on it.
Flush the toilet. Sometimes you gotta let the iPhone 7 die. But my favorite part of the episode is when Tobias goes to Khalil's mom's house, and one, it shows that he actually has morals because he won't kill Khalil's mom. But then he can actually recognize strength because he was like, man, you are a strong woman. How'd your son turn out to be a bitch? And I was like, you're cold, buddy.
So here's my thing about that. I don't think it's a morality thing because let's be real, like he's killing people.
Well, not morality, a code. Like everybody has to have a line that they won't cross.
Yeah. In regards to the whole code thing, like that would have been impactful to me if it wasn't undercut by the fact that he started talking to that picture. Because to me, it just threw in a I'm crazy thing.
Well,
and it came out of nowhere.
Remember that thing that we talked about, especially, and this is a great topic about mental illness and how people, especially in the black community, about processing things. He's lost his friends and associate, and his sister. How has he processed
He
any
didn't
of
lose
this?
the shit. He destroyed his bullshit.
But how has he processed that pain? Everybody has to process it some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And I guess this is just his way of mentally processing it. All in all,
And don't forget, like you talking about just that, but don't forget like what his environment was like growing up
as a kid.
So he was probably fucked up from the get go.
We finally get to the real action of the show. Tobias calls in his hitter. He calls in somebody from out of town, someone we've never seen before. Man.
The sass on that ass. Ooh.
Grace Troy better watch out.
Mm-hmm.
I just play.
Say she ain't no Grace Troy though.
We got a hitter coming out there to look for Jen and Khalil, mostly just Khalil.
A hitter named Cutter.
A hitter named Cutter.
I guess Knifey and Stabby was taken.
So I did
Better than the mirror.
I did a little research on Cutter.
Come on.
Okay. So they gender bent and race bent Cutter for this.
Sweet.
Because in the comics, Cutter is a white guy, and he doesn't produce blades out of nowhere, but he does have a whole bunch of blades on him. He's a Batwoman villain, and he's kind of newer.
Okay.
So you talking Post New 52?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I was a little confused because I feel like she was grabbing them from places,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, when they was doing the camera work and they had the force field up, she was just like, like she never pulled them from anywhere. I was like, she just producing them out of her body, or she just got kunai with everywhere around her.
But when she was talking to Tobias later, she was like, "You never told me that I was gonna have to deal with metas," as if she was regular. Because if I'm a meta and I ran into other metas, it wouldn't be a problem for me. Be like, okay, like this, I can fuck with this.
But when I meet a dude and the first thing he does is soul grab, kind of got an issue there.
Oh shit, I only got 9. That shit's not gonna work. I have to dip.
Yeah, I guess we gotta get to the crux of somebody we need to be looking out for.
Oh my gosh. Jesus
Floppy.
She's a terrible drunk. I lost so much respect for Lynn. Like, Lynn was always the pillar to me. She was always, the rock of the family.
Mm-hmm.
But then, because I was like, she stood around with Jefferson when he was getting his ass whooped and all this stuff. She stayed for the family and everything. But she just crumbled like crackers.
But that's the thing though, and that's another thing that a lot of people don't realize too, which goes part and part with mental illness and things of that nature. Like, strong people have to be looked after and checked on too, because even if they're being strong for you, who's being strong for them?
That's actually a good point.
They're carrying all your dysfunction and burdens vicariously when you lean on them.
And to piggyback off that too, especially as a black woman too, and all the things that she has to carry on, especially just being a regular person in a family of supers, and all the stuff she's dealing with work and all the stuff that she's trying to maintain. I guess she's just trying to hold on to the last bit of sanity she has, and
let's put it like this: she was dealing with this shit before Jen and Anissa came along, so that's probably how she dealt with it back then. And she probably was like, "I can't do this anymore. Either you give it up or I'm gone." He wouldn't give it up, and she left.
So I guess it's just kind of hard to see a person that we've come to see over the season, like Lynn, just fold like this, because it's like watching your grandma or your mom break down in front of you.
But the thing is, like, there at the end of the day, she's a person.
Yeah, she's human.
She has to be allowed to to show some kind of weakness, even if us as the viewer have to watch it, and even if it's that difficult to watch, like we need to see that to know that she deserves as much attention as we give to Black Lightning and them and whatnot when they fail.
And
also too, she literally gave a cry for help at the beginning of the season. When she said we need therapy, she didn't say y'all need therapy. She said we need therapy because this shit is fucking with me too.
Yeah, and tying it into the last few episodes, the theme of it is she just lost 14 kids. Mm-hmm. And now she's about to lose a kid in her own home. Something she was already fearing.
Actually, she lost, you say 14, 16, because she lost...
well, 14 at one time.
Mm-hmm. But 14 at one time, but you could kind of say she lost in this a while ago.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get to that. and now she losing Jen, so...
Yeah.
But overall, I thought this episode was a little weaker than most of the things that we've seen. I mean, Gambi pretty much didn't have a role with anything. It just pretty much drifted from plot point to plot point. Nothing really got resolved. I mean, it was a little bit of a letdown.
So this is the danger of having extended seasons. When you have that tight season, you gotta the story moves along a little bit tighter. Maybe some things don't get touched on, but you know they have to drag the season out. And I would say this episode was stronger than the last episode. But still, like I said, it wasn't Black Lightning doing Black Lightning things. I mean, you gotta focus
on more Black Lightning stuff than we've seen lately.
Yeah.
But the only resolution that we got is that Tobias may be on the cusp of figuring out who Black Lightning is.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty deep cut right there. He's putting the pieces together, and this could be trouble coming at the house. Mm-hmm. So we'll see how that resolves. We hitting the mid-season finale, I think, next week. Mm-hmm. And
after that, I guess it's moving to Mondays.
Yeah, that will be on Mondays. Mm-hmm. But so that's pretty much all we want to say about this episode of Exodus. We'll see how they tie it up for the mid-season to see if there's any cliffhangers or anything like that. But best believe we'll be here to talk about it and catch you up on it. Poke around the channel, see some of our other content, some of our other reviews.
And a new casting call just came out where we cast the Johnny Quest movie that they're making for some reason. We don't know why, but...
Spoiler alert, Haji has a vagina.
Maybe.
Until next time.